All right, what's good, Knicks Nation? Salute. Tonight we wrapped up the final preseason game for the New York Knicks. They faced the Washington Wizards in what would be a dress rehearsal for the starters. Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson would get the lion's share of the minutes tonight since the regular season's right around the corner. And for tonight's game, it was Julius's turn to shine as he tallied 20 points on efficient shooting with 10 boards. But don't forget, we'd also get RJ Barrett with 19 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's looking ready to start that season strong. Unfortunately, the Knicks would lose to the Washington Wizards tonight because Jordan Poole thought it was a revenge game against the Golden State Warriors, man. Decided to drop 41 points. And on top of that, we had Mike Muscala looking like prime Tony Kukoc. But regardless, final score would be 131-106 with the Wizards getting the dubs. But have no fear, we are here to discuss all of that. Welcome to KFTV Post Game Live. I'm your host, Alex Gutierrez, a.k.a. the Stratocaster. And with me on the other side is CK2K, a.k.a. Mr. Run the Intro. Tonight, we're only taking calls by the Discord. And remember to support our sponsors, man. They are Manscaped and BetUS, the official sportsbook of KFTV for the 2023 NBA season.
Sir.
Woo!
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, indeed. What up, CK? How you doing, man? How you feeling today? I see it in your face, man, that you're not too thrilled. So let's hear how you feeling, man. How you feeling?
I'm going to take this right out of the page from what Jalen Brunson just said in his post game. I'm just glad that preseason's over. I'm ready for real basketball. That's it.
Why is that,
CK? Just not a fan of how today's game went. I'm going to adopt the moniker as everyone in chat, as everyone on Twitter /X, as you guys are saying, it's only preseason. So that's it. I'm living by it. It's only preseason. We'll get better basketball next Wednesday.
Okay. Let's get into all this, man. Let's get into all of this because look, I know it wasn't it was a dress rehearsal. Tom Thibodeau put the starters out there, regular rotation, minus Emmanuel Quickley, because according to Tibbs, as reported by all the Knicks beat writers, Quickley was nicked up today. I don't know if he was intending a pun in there or not, but Quickley did not play. I don't know. We'll discuss my conspiracy theory for why he didn't play tonight. But regardless, we still got the starters getting the lion's shares of the minute. We saw Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson didn't necessarily shoot well from the field, but he was getting to the line enough to keep himself somewhat engaged in the game and so forth, just to stay to the team. But it was really Julius Randle tonight, man. Every single game we've had somebody else step up and really show out. It was RJ, it was Quickley, then RJ, it was Grimes yesterday against the Celtics, and today we finally get a solid Julius Randle game. And look, man, to me, watching Julius Randle play, it's not shocking at this point how talented he is and his ability to score and grab rebounds. We know that obviously it comes down to, can he perform in the postseason? But the one thing I will say about Julius's performances preseason is that the fact that he looks like he's playing at a different level, man. He's being a little more decisive. He's not holding the rock as much as we typically see. Now, obviously, a 2-game season, we may see that from time to time, but what it looks like right now is that he is making a quick decision. He either knows he wants to attack inside, catch and shoot, sidestep, step back, whatever it may be. He's going out there and putting on a show and showing that he's ready for the regular season because, look, he talked about Rebecca Harlow today. He's upset that he was injured against the Miami Heat, that he wasn't able to play at his top performance. So you know that he has a chip on his shoulder. Let's see if that chip comes through, man, because we know he can perform. But tonight, man, it was a nice, encouraging sign from him, considering that other preseason games, we got to see the decisiveness, but it didn't come together like it did tonight. So it was a good game for Julius. What were your thoughts on his performance tonight?
Yeah, it's great to see him look polished in the final preseason game going into the regular season because that's the worry. He had the surgery in the offseason. We weren't sure if he was going to be rusty. We didn't really get to see a real big sample size of Julius Randle in the first 3 games. I mean, minus the last one since he didn't even play. This is what you want to see. He was efficient. He looked very determined to score the damn basketball. We saw him go to the basket. We saw him work from the post. And we saw him shoot the damn thing from the 3-point line. I mean, he was like 60-something from 3? What was he at? He was 4 for 6, 66.7%, 67. I like to round it up. He looked good. Come on, man. Preseason don't deserve the points. They just round that thing up. But yeah, no, he looked good, and that's exactly what you want to see going into the regular season. I know everybody is upset with how he ended. You know, they want him to be the Julius Randle that we had throughout the season during the postseason. I get that. But we also have to remember the injury, and you want to see him playing at the level that he played at tonight going into the regular season to hope that we can get another year of an all-star level Julius Randle. Obviously, there's a few other things that Knicks fans are hoping gets fine-tuned with Julius Randle, but as far as basketball play strictly, I liked what he did today. Defensively, there was some hiccups there, but I think that was just for the entire team, so I'm not going to throw that on Julius Randle alone.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not expecting Julius to be a defensive stalwart. All I'm asking for is the hustle on defense, okay? That's it, based on what we saw at the end of last season in the playoffs. But hey, we all know what it is for Randle. I like the performance, as you said. Look, the three-point shooting. They showed you the numbers today. First quarter guy. He was second behind Luka Doncic. I think it was 703 points that they showed last season in the first quarter. We know he could put the ball in the cup, man. That's no question about it. We know he's a strong rebounder. He got 10 boards tonight. I don't really look at the -8 as like an issue just because, look, Jordan Poole, like I said, decided to go for 41. Poole, relax, man.
I'm just trying to realize, I'm just trying to figure out who was in the front row because he had to see somebody that made him go crazy. Somebody, he was trying to impress somebody in that front row. I don't know who it was. I'm waiting for the TikTok to drop tomorrow or sometime this week, but he saw somebody to go off of 41. I don't know if Taylor Swift was in the building. I don't know. But yeah, there's no reason to put up 41 points in the damn preseason game.
Man's looking like he has a certain career ahead of him with that mustache, but I won't say what it is. This is a family show.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a weird look, but hey, you know, Jordan Poole can do what he wants, man.
Look, man, he just wants that revenge game, man. He can't wait for the Warriors to come to town. That's all I can say about that. But let's move on to RJ Barrett, man. RJ got 34 minutes, the most of all the starters tonight. Went 8 for 19 from the field, 3 of 8 for downtown, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 19 points in total. RJ looking
free throws?
solid. No free throws. No free throws. We know how it goes, man. We know how it goes. We know how it goes. I don't want to discuss that certain ref tonight. She was making some interesting calls. She clearly is going to the school of Tony Brothers, but that's another story. Anyway, RJ Barrett looking solid, man, throughout this preseason. Didn't play yesterday, but for most of the preseason, I mean, game 1 didn't shoot efficiently, but got to the line, right? Finishes better within the arc in game 2. Not great from downtown. Tonight, you know, not the greatest three-point shooting. I'm not expecting him to be a lethal sniper, just to hit open threes when he gets the opportunity. He did some of that tonight. But still, 8 for 19. This is just kind of the typical RJ game. He's looking strong for his skill set, man. And hopefully we see this translate to the start of the season and no more slow starts. That's the big thing for me when we talk about RJ Barrett, is that we know he can put up this type of production. He had a strong preseason last year too, but still came out of the gate slow. Can't start slow this season, man. He is in the pecking order, number 3 on this team. Got to come out strong. Got to help this team because the first 10 games is going to be a challenge, and RJ Barrett is going to be relied on in order to keep the boat afloat for the New York Knicks. What do you think about RJ's performance tonight, CK?
Oh, my boy, RJ, young 23. Look, man, here's what I saw.
You said young 23.
Because he's 23 years old.
You know people in the chat are going to hate that. You know they're going
to 20. I do it for them. You know, I have to point out his age every single season because it pisses them off. But look, the RJ Barrett situation tonight was a tale of two halves. To your point, he played the most minutes of not even just of anybody on the game, just of the starters. And you saw him put it all together a lot more efficiently in the second half. And I think that's what my concern is going into this season, because a lot like the second game of the preseason, it felt like RJ Barrett had a great sample size of basketball, especially on the offensive end, when he gets the ball a lot. And that's what happened in that second half. And the reason why his stats turned around in that second half is because he was predominantly the ball handler throughout the majority of the second half. But in that first half, which is going to be a lot more realistic to what the regular season is going to be, when you are playing with, Jalen Brunson, who's going to be the ball handler, you're going to play with Julius Randle, who's going to be the second option, if not the first option in some nights. That's when we need you to hit those open shots. That's when we need you to hit those reliable gimmies around the rim, and he didn't do that. So it was a tale of two halves for me. I'm a little worried to see what that's gonna translate to start off the season. Is it going to be another year of RJ having a slow start, or is RJ Barrett going to flourish in a role where Tibbs might do the whole take him out early, play him with the second unit, because the second unit is definitely going to need his help. We're going to talk about that, I'm sure, in a little bit. And maybe that's where we see more of that second half version of RJ Barrett, where he'll have the ball a little bit more running with IQ in the second unit in some instances. So that's the big key I took away from not only just this game, but from the second preseason game. It felt like when RJ Barrett was the main ball handler, was the main option, we saw a better version of RJ Barrett, but we need to see him be able to figure it out when you are playing along this, alongside Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. So there's a lot to unpack there. Tom Thibodeau is gonna have a big workload to deal with to start off this season, but I really hope that we see RJ Barrett figure it out somewhere in the middle to start off the season and not in January.
Absolutely. We're gonna get to the second unit in a bit, but I want to give this guy a little bit of shine, CK, because Isaiah Hartenstein, man, he is having
he's balling.
He's balling, playing physical in the paint, hustling all over the place, grabbing boards, passing, finding people who are cutting. You name it, this guy's doing it, man. And he's like that kid that always shows up to school, man. Perfect attendance record. Didn't miss a game all last season with the Knicks. Hasn't missed a preseason this season. This guy is just, he's decided to take it up another notch, man.
Yeah.
You just see it all the time. I'm liking how, because last season we know about how came to the team first like quarter, half of the season, just didn't seem like a good fit whatsoever, whether it was like the defensive rotations, guarding opposing big men, whatever it be. He just did not seem in source for what Tom Thibodeau expects out of his center position. But after halfway, he turns it around. We start seeing him getting key blocks against Donovan Mitchell, showing up big once Mitchell Robinson goes down. And now, man, look, we had Fred Katz on KFTV talk about the relationship between Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein, and how that center group is close, is a tight knit group. And they really play off each other's energy. You know what I mean? Like they don't. No, neither one of them's upset if one's getting more minutes than the other. They're just trying to big each other up and just have the team succeed at the end of the day. But for Hartenstein, man, I'm liking what I see throughout this entire preseason from him. Tonight he had 9 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. This guy's just hitting the deck and just trying to force a turnover. You like just to see all of that from a bench unit player. And honestly, I don't even consider him a bench unit, because like we saw in the third quarter, he can play with the starters. And like last season, he does play with the starters. I know Quickley was 6th man of the year, but you could call Hartenstein like 6.5 man, because that's how important he's been to this team, especially at the center position. I like what I'm seeing so far. I'm just encouraged to see him take it, not necessarily like a massive leap, but just to be more dialed in this season, just based on his performance alone through the preseason. What have you thought about Isaiah Hartenstein so far through the preseason?
Yeah, man. Everything. I loved everything you said, because I think he didn't get enough credit. I feel like people were expecting him to do one thing and he didn't do it right away, and people, were throwing him in the bin last season, and then we saw his value in the postseason towards the end of for the majority of last year. But if you want it statistically, you saw it towards the end of last year and in the postseason. And I feel like he even took another step this year in the preseason. If that, I can't even say this year, but preseason play. My thing about him is I just love that he can fit wherever, whether he does play the 5, whether he's needed to be that stretch 4 in instances, if he's playing with Mitch, if he's playing with Jericho. I like it because he can do. He's such a good passer in the high post that he doesn't clog up the paint for guys like Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims. He is good at facilitating. He's good at taking freeing the ball handler when they're trying to make a move in the top. Like, he just knows how to fit in and help his team whatever and however they need it. Offensive rebounds, defensive, helping when a player gets beat on a drive. Like, that's what we need from him, especially with a team like us that is lacking height. When it comes to Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench, we need a guy like that that can come in and fill in for him. And I feel like Isaiah Hartenstein does a good job not only just filling in for Mitch, but also adding another element that Mitch might not have, which helps that second unit. So, yeah, I love Isaiah Hartenstein's play, and I'm really interested to see how Tibbs plays around with him a little bit more this year, especially where in a season where we got to get interesting with the with the lineups. We got to get cute with some of these lineups. So I'm interested to see how he uses iHeart this year. I feel like it's going to be even a bigger challenge this year than it was last year. So yeah, I'm glad to give iHeart some respect because he definitely deserves it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I was talking to William Wu last year when I previewed the Knicks versus the Toronto Raptors, and they didn't have Jakob Pertl back. But he was talking about like, hey man, Isaiah Hartenstein, he could start on this team. And Isaiah Hartenstein, in my opinion, could start on any other team right now. We're lucky to have him as a backup big for the New York Knicks, just the
Yeah.
way he's hooping right now. But the only gripe I have, man, the only gripe I have with Tom Thibodeau is the Jericho
Only?
Sims at the power forward position, because I get that it would make sense with Isaiah Hartenstein since he's capable of stretching the floor. I'm not saying he's like the stretch big that we've been waiting for. You know, he knocks
Mhm.
down a three last season. Whenever he knocked down a three, they would be doing like a tally count. It's like, oh, this is number 12 from 3-point range for Isaiah Hartenstein. It's like 40 games in. It's like, okay, man, we don't need to know how many threes he actually hit last season.
Yeah.
Relax, it's all good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
regardless, like I would like to see him play the four and Sims playing the five. But I understand. I was talking about it with CP last night that because of the mobility of Jericho Sims, like his lateral quickness and his ability to guard the perimeter, I get why you have Sims at the four, but Isaiah Hartenstein's offensive skill set just makes more sense. And I feel like what Tibbs needs to do, and I don't know if you've seen it, you let me know if you've seen this or not, but when they're on offense, put Isaiah Hartenstein at the four and just like have them swap back and forth. Like you talk about
Yeah.
defense, like you can do that. Like Jericho Sims playing four on defense, not a problem. But when you go on offense, tell Hartenstein to be playing the four, have him out in the wing or
Yeah.
like the high post, and have Jericho guarding the paint because he's more of a rim running center than Isaiah Hartenstein. Even though Hartenstein, like we're seeing Hartenstein just like he's grabbing boards, getting putbacks. Like he must have been training with Mitch and just to get the timing
Yeah.
down on that, because I feel like we weren't seeing that last season. But I feel
Yeah.
like we need to see more of that. Let me know. Did you see? Have you seen Tibbs do that before? Am I missing something? Everyone in the chat, let me know if you've seen that, because I feel like that's what we need to see in Tibbs' game plan to make Hartenstein and the Sims pairing better for that second unit.
I think we saw it in the second game because in the first game he tried to go with Jericho and Mitch, and then he eventually went with iHeart in there. But I thought in the second game we saw him be the four in that instance more so with next to Jericho Sims, and I completely agree with you. I think that makes the most sense. I think it's easy for them to swap offensively and defensively because, like I said, with Isaiah Hartenstein's game, he does not need to clog up the paint the same way that like a Jericho or a Mitch need to, because that's what they do. They hover, they expect the alley oops, they're ready for the offensive boards, that kind of fun stuff. iHeart, he, like I said, great passer from the top post, great passer from the elbow. Like he sets solid screens. I feel like he's one of our best screen setters on our
Mhm.
team, and I love Mitch, but I feel like iHeart is great at
Oh,
that, at helping.
1000%.
Yeah, I know, right? You know what I mean? So he's great, especially with IQ. I love that combination because IQ is one of those guys that you give him that screen and you give him that space, IQ's gonna cook and make something out of it. So yeah, I expect Tibbs to figure that out. I would only hope that they're watching the film and seeing that too. And we've seen some of it in that second game. I think we saw some of it today, little bit in yesterday's game, very little bit because yesterday was just all over the place because of lineup situations. But yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that it makes more sense to run iHeart with Jericho or Mitch rather than trying the Jericho and Mitch combination. I think you got to have iHeart be the middle ground to play with both Jericho or play with Mitchell Robinson. I think he's got to be that guy that can gel with those two if it's not Julius Randle.
Salute to Knicks Nation. Salute to everybody in the chat right now. We are here for KFTV Postgame Live. I'm your host, Alex Harris, aka the Stratocaster. With me on the other side is CK2K, aka Mr. Run the Intro.
Yeah.
As I said at the beginning, we're only taking calls by the Discord tonight, so make sure to download the app if you haven't done so. Make sure to go to the web browser, whatever it may be, so that way you can call in and give us your takes. It's the only way we're taking calls tonight. Or you can do as our guy King Matthews did. Shout out to King Matthews, also a franchise channel member, gave us a $10 super chat. He said, give Jacob Toppin a chance. Poole really thinks he's MJ, and please, Knicks fans, we don't need Phil Jackson here. Finally, Tibbs, I'm sorry, but Sims playing the 4 is pissing me off. Stop it. There's a lot going on there. I appreciate the super chat, King Matthews. There's a lot going on there. Jacob Toppin, I think he's just going to be in the G League, unfortunately.
If he makes it.
If he makes it. Look, hey, look, there I am. There I am again, the Toppin caster. And then you get Poole thinking he's MJ. Of course he's thinking he's MJ, man. I mean, look at the stash. He's got the MJ stash going on. That's what he's thinking right now. He is, I'm telling you, man, I cannot wait for the Wizards to play the Warriors because I know he's going to go. If him and Kuzma are playing, he's going to talk to Kuzma and be like, yo, man, we're getting 100 points. You're getting 50. I'm getting 50. It's going to be a show tonight. Can't wait for that matchup. And Tibbs playing Sims at the 4. We just talked about it. Absolutely. Yeah.
We agree.
No bueno, man. No bueno at all with Sims playing the 4. Love Sims.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think that Kuz and Poole have the championship experience on that team. Isn't that a wild thought?
Wow.
Watching the Wizards.
That just
imagine that. Your championship experience is Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole. Sure.
If you're Tyus Jones, man, and you're the lead guard for that unit, how do you make sure that you distribute the ball properly between those two guys? Because you know both of them are going to be in his ear, like yo. It's my night. Come on, man. Let me get some shots up. It's like, bro, you just took 30 shots last night against the Hornets. I think it's this guy's turn to get 30 shots up.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Good luck with that. I mean, it's gonna be fun. There's gonna be fireworks over there. They might not win a lot of games, but I think there's going to be a lot of Jordan Poole moments like tonight where he's scoring a lot of points. And Kuzma, you know, he loves to get on the, Bleacher Report highlights somewhere or another, whether it's with a lipstick hairline or if it's his jump shot. One way or another, he's going to find it.
Shout out to Bouncy Boy in the chat. He said, so sick of Randles becoming Steph Curry against us. Our three-point defense sucks, and it's why we won't win a championship under Tibbs. Our three-point defense is suspect. I will agree with you on that. Jordan Poole's no Rando, though, for him dropping points.
I think he's talking about Muscala, though.
Muscala for sure, though. I'm like, yo,
yeah.
Is that Tony Kukoc out there? What happened, man? Talking about Poole being Jordan, Muscala being Kukoc out there. Is that what happened? Is that what happened tonight? Regardless, let's move on. Let's move on to the.
It's all Julius Randle's fault, man. He hurt his feelings. It wasn't this after he got dunked on. Mike Muscala killed us from 3, bro. I'm not joking. Check the tape. The minute Julius Randle dunked on him, made him fall, made the Garden go crazy, Mike Muscala said, oh, yeah? Went off and went for 5 threes in a row, bro. It's Julius Randle's fault.
Muscala going back to the bench being like, bet, I got him. I'm
he said
right now.
Right. Damn.
Good Lord. Good Lord. All right, let's get on to the second unit, though. Let's discuss the second unit because there was no Emmanuel Quickley tonight. He's nicked up. Look, without Quickley for that second unit, it struggles, man, because then you're just relying on RJ Barrett, Dante DiVincenzo. He may potentially be able to run the second unit at some point if there's no Emmanuel Quickley, but he's just not comfortable enough with this unit yet. He still has to get familiarized with how this team runs, all the players on that second unit. But with just RJ Barrett out there, it's tough, man. It's a rough outing because you need somebody like Quick who has gotten better as a 3-level scorer, is that 3-point threat, and just a microwave scorer, right? When you have somebody like that who you have to be afraid of just from who can legitimately go off for 20 any given night off the bench, even 30, it changes how opposing defenses guard that teams and guards the Knicks, and it gives RJ that clear lane to really be physical and finish through contact. So without Quickley tonight, it was a struggle, man. Wasn't too thrilled with it. There were other things I wasn't too thrilled with, especially when it comes to Tibbs' rotations, like having, I don't know, Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, Josh Hart, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. I mean, did we not learn anything from the postseason last year where that just shrinks the court? Like, come on, man. Like, thankfully, he put Dante out there, but I'm like, can we just get some more shooting, man? Can we get Brunson, Dante, if IQ was playing, IQ, Grimes, Julius, Mitch, or even Hartenstein? Like, that would be better, in my opinion.
Oh, we're so little. Oh, just hearing you name those names. We're so little. But yeah, like you said, with that lineup, man, and you're right. And IQ's scoring tonight was definitely missed. But what I would have loved to see from IQ if he was here is the scrappiness defensively. I feel like one thing that we did get to see was when Deuce and Dante played together, they were like two like dogs out there just trying to get all the steals, and they were making them worry a little bit on the offensive end dribbling wise. And I feel like that's one thing I missed from IQ. I feel like he would have applied a little bit more pressure defensively on top of being able to get the scoring going, like you mentioned. But yeah, I mean, he was missed offensively. I feel like there was a little bit more on the defensive side with or without IQ that it just had me a little bit more worried in tonight's game. I'm sure Tibbs is gonna, nail that into him leading up until next week's game because yeah, we gave up way too many threes. And not only did we give up threes, they were making them and we didn't adjust to it. So with or without IQ, that needs to be fixed. We understand we're undersized. Do something about it now. That's what it's gotta come down to because if we're gonna be giving up those kind of threes to the Wizards, what's gonna happen when we playing against a fully manned Boston Celtics team, and we're actually playing our starters this time, and we're actually playing our actual key players. So to me, with or without IQ, we got to get that perimeter defense locked in. We got to get the defense in general locked in because we can't keep using the height excuse because this is what we got. This is our team. Now we got to play.
Absolutely. And look, we saw the Celtics just knock down threes last night against our second, third stringers, whatever you want to call it. And then tonight you have the Wizards going off, and they didn't even have Kyle Kuzma tonight, who's also a legitimate 3-point shooter. So
Yeah.
3-point defense, man, that's just been the thing for this team, man, since Tom Thibodeau's been here. And you know how his theory is to protect the paint and then close out, just rush to close out on any 3-point shooter, which I do not agree with. I agree. I like more. I like being flexible, man. I like guarding the perimeter and two is less than three, man. Two is less than three. When you play pickup, when you're playing street ball, everyone's like, yo, guard the three. Two is less than three. All right. Just like, to me, I just don't know why we don't apply that same theory.
Yeah.
Especially when you're going against good 3-point shooters. When you're going to see the team, like you said, the Celtics, you have guys like on the Wizards that can just knock down shots. Like there's so many other teams in this league. Like when you're playing the Hawks, you got Trae Young who can knock down threes as well, right? Yeah. Anybody else? You talk about anyone on the West, you'd worry about the Kings, you worry about the Warriors, anybody, man. Like, doesn't really matter. You don't have to worry about your division just because you play everybody every single year in the NBA. Like, got to be able to guard the three. And that's just something Tibbs and this team has to figure out. And that's, that comes with effort, but at the same time, that's also by design. Like, it's far to close out from the paint to get to the three, especially when you're worried about whoever's driving the lane. So that needs to change, man. Hopefully we can change that.
Yeah, and to that point, like to your exact point, what also helps in that instance is when you have a guy named Mitchell Robinson protecting the paint. So go ahead and overachieve and go ahead and pressure that three ball. If you get beat, you have a guy named Mitchell Robinson protecting the paint. So at the very least, they got to settle for a mid-range jumper. They got to settle for something else because if they want to attack the paint, you at least got the help. But even if they don't, two is better than three. So that's the crazy part. You're just allowing these teams to continue to shoot you out of the gym. You don't do anything about it. And you're just letting Mitchell Robinson go down there and hope that he can get a rebound or oops, watch another ball go in and let me go play offense. That's my thing. So I agree with you, but we also have a blessing named Mitchell Robinson down there that can also help you protect the paint if you do get beat overachieving trying to stop the three. That's all I'm saying.
For sure. And look, we have other good perimeter defenders too, like Josh Hart, solid perimeter defender. IQ, good perimeter defender. Quentin Grimes, good perimeter defender. I like how Dante has been. Look, Dante DiVincenzo's been hustling out there. He's putting his body out there, just trying to force a turnover. We have guys who can guard the perimeter, so that's why it's like we need to stop just clogging the paint. Just like
I don't get it.
To me, it's like with Mitch there.
Yeah,
like I agree. And then on top of that, like you also have Randle who is inside as well. So it's just two guys that can guard the paint for you. Utilize that and just figure it out, man. Figure it out. We'll see though. Regular season's right around the corner, CK.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. But let's also talk about these rotations, man, because I'm expecting a little bit more experimentation than, for me, it's like, at least it's like, can we see some Quentin Grimes with the second unit more? That's why I've been telling you, CP, Jake, like that. Can I see more Quentin Grimes? Like we saw him shooting off the dribble against the Celtics. It's like the Sims at the 4 thing, I get why you're experimenting with that, but I need to see Quentin Grimes with that second unit, especially if you want to help someone like RJ too, right? Like, add a guy who's good at 3-point shooting. Put Dante. Like, I like that Dante was with the starters, man. But it's like, if you're going to put Dante with the starters, then think about putting Grimes with that second unit. And who knows, man? It's only preseason, but I'm just saying I want to see that come to fruition once the regular season comes around, because I just feel like for him, it's going to help. And for this team moving forward, you just help create more offense. So
Yeah.
let's see, man.
No,
Let's
this
see.
was the time to do it, though. I completely agree. Like we talk about RJ playing with that second unit, but yeah, why we don't see Grimes play much? Like tonight would have been that time to try it out. Like I completely agree with you. He had of all of whatever we went through last night, Grimes was the bright point of last night's game. Let's play towards that in a more realistic situation. Obviously, a lot like we were talking about earlier with RJ, other guys are going to be gaining shots over Grimes. That's just the way that it's going to be. Jalen Brunson is an all-star fringe player. Julius Randle is an all-star player. Then you're going to want to see your high draft pick RJ Barrett get shots. So Grimes, unfortunately, is going to get lost in the sauce. How do you remedy that? To Alex's point, you put him in that second unit to not only just hopefully get some shots because we're going to need help offensively, but that also helps us out defensively with that second unit that might be a little bit smaller than our starting five. So I'm right there with you. I completely agree, and it's crazy that we didn't even really see it at all tonight. Grimes just played with starters, or he wasn't out there. So I really hope going into the regular season we do see him mess around with that with the lineup, especially if you're playing next to like IQ and stuff. Like I feel like there's some lineups that you can definitely get some good basketball out of, but we gotta see if Tom Thibodeau is going to unlock that. That's
Yeah,
the
man.
question.
This is like, everyone talks about preseason being the thing for like the area for like experimentation, but like I get that you want to have rim protection, but what about offense? Like, I know we were a top 3 offense last
Mm,
year, but the way we were a top 3 offense wasn't sustainable in the playoffs.
mm,
And I know people are going to hear this like, Alex, you were just on with CP and you were on with Jake, and you said you lean more towards giving Tom Thibodeau an extension, and I still do say that, but like that doesn't mean I don't have fair gripes as to what this offense looks like. And I want your opinion on
mhm.
that, CK, because that's something that Stephen Bondi of the New York Post wrote. But look, I lean towards that way. I'd still say you finish out the season, see how it goes
Yeah.
before you hand him that contract extension, just because you got to see if you can replicate another playoff appearance. How does everyone perform? Are you still a top offense in this league? Like, taking it to the next level. But I just need to see a little bit more offensive creativity, because like last season, man, it was off of putbacks. It was a lot of isolation. Um, Not even a lot of cutting, man. It's just like it was just catch and shoot threes that would fall down, like, but that's just not the way you're going to win games in the playoffs, because as we saw against the Heat, once you play a good defensive unit that can battle you for those second chance opportunities, all right, that's one way you're getting your offense done. Once you have good defenders like Bam Adebayo and Jimmy Butler guarding your best players, you're not going to be getting isolation offense like that. So where's that off-ball movement that you're getting to create easy open looks? And
Yeah.
even like out in transition, we weren't getting that. So I
Yeah.
want to see more of that. That's the type of experimentation that I wanted to see this preseason. But look, it's an 82 game season. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, saying you could still be creative. You can still do that through the course of the season. You can add new things. You can add new wrinkles. As we've heard throughout the entire offseason, is continuity, continuity, continuity. So let's see if we get that on the offensive side this upcoming season.
Yeah, I think, and I everything you said, I completely agree with. I think the only thing I would add as far as the Tom Thibodeau thing before even considering a extension is I want you to take out of the Eric Spoelstra playbook and being able to have a team that is figured it out, that's dominated, that can use their vets, but also know how to elevate your younger players that are ready for that next level. I think that's the one thing that's missing with Thibodeau, but I think that goes into what you're saying as far as the rotations, as far as the experimenting. That is how you find ways to get the best out of the Quentin Grimes situation. That is how you find ways to get the best out of RJ Barrett. These players that you have that have talent, that you know has talent, that the fans know has talent, that the front office knows has talent, but we're not seeing it on a consistent basis. How does Tom Thibodeau find places to put them in to let them flourish and utilize that talent? And I feel like that is the next step for Tom Thibodeau before I'm even considering a conversation for any kind of early extension. For me, I'm still about play it through the contract. I'm not thinking extension. Love what he's done. He's definitely been a bright spot for us since Mike Woodson. I'll say that because we've been winning. But at the same time, is this just a right now product in us winning because we have players that make sense right now, or is this something where we're going to continue to be a solid team in the NBA going forward year in and year out with continued growth? And I feel like a key part of that is utilizing and letting your younger players continue to grow along with those veterans. I feel like that is the big key with Tom Thibodeau that I've yet to see him do at a consistent level yet. And I think he could, but again, it like you said, he's got to get funky with the rotation. So maybe this is the year he does it.
We shall see. I wish there was a line, man, to place a bet on that. But don't worry, we got other things to bet on. So let's get to our sponsor of tonight, BetUS, the official sports book of KFTV for the 2023 NBA season. It's one of the premier sports books. You can bet on all sports: MLB, NBA, NFL, all the sports that are going on right now. Look, they have an online casino. You can do all types of bets, prop bets. You can do money lines. You can do spreads, whatever you're into. You can place your wager over there at BetUS. They also got the reliable customer service, so that way you know you will get your deposit after you win your earnings. For tonight, CK, let's see. For tonight, man, I got a question for you. I'm not going to talk lines. I'm not going to talk lines to you, okay? I got to talk about future bets because that's something else you can do for BetUS. You can place future bets in. So you obviously, like, you could do the in-season tournament. You could do, can they win the East? So if you want to do all of that, make sure to sign up today. Use our link in the video description to get that bonus match of up to 125% on your deposit. Once again, sign up today. Use the link in our video description to get a match of 125% on your deposit. And CK, the bet I got for you today, man. Here's the bet I got for you.
Talk to me.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got the Knicks, man, for the 2023-2024 regular season win totals. Are you going to take the over of 45.5 wins or the under of 45.5 wins? Over 45.5 wins is -110. Under 45.5 wins is -120. Which way would you go, CK?
Ooh, 45.5.
45.5.
So that's 46. And we were at 47 last year, right?
We were at 47 last year. That is correct.
Oh, man. And over-under is what you're asking me?
Yep.
Oh, man. I hate that question coming off of the preseason game we just watched. All right. You know what? I'm gonna I will woo for right now for this BetUS, excuse me. Give me the over.
Ooh, you're bringing
Right
out the grill with JD.
Yeah, but it's a slight over. It's at that. I'm taking that 46. I'm taking that 46.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm taking that 46.
Ooh, very little confidence in our New York Knicks. Come on, man.
I said over. That's confidence enough. I said the over. Yeah, they think we doing less. So,
bro. That's the cheap petty confidence. Get out of here with that nonsense. You're out here. I know what you saw today. You saw that Isaiah Roby. You saw that Jalen Martin got cut. And you're like,
they're gone.
You're like, damn, man. I was going to say 50 wins if those guys were still on the roster. But now 46.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Do you know who's still there? Daquan Jeffries, baby. Daquan is still on roster. Put that man in the rotation, Tibbs.
Yo, for anyone who doesn't know, CK was legitimately screaming that this past summer league to Tom Thibodeau, who's sitting right across from us at the court. You could hear a pin drop in that arena. And CK is just screaming, sign and play Daquan, Tibbs. And everyone's just like, yo, what?
Nah, everyone was laughing. They had a great, don't act like the role was having a great time with that. And on top of that, did or did not Daquan not have a good game? I mean, he got hurt eventually.
He had a phenomenal game. He saw you in the crowd. He's like, oh, that's my guy,
man.
I'm going to dap him up after the game. I'm going to drop 20. I'm going to put this Knicks right back in competition. Give us the fake comeback.
That's my guy. Right.
And there she wrote.
Mid-season Knicks form for the summer league, man. You're welcome. You're welcome. Shout out to my boy,
Mid-season
man.
form in summer league indeed. But okay, you're going with 46.5 wins.
Yeah,
You're taking the
yeah,
over. I'm
yeah.
gonna take the over as well. I'm feeling closer. I'm gonna go. Man, I'm feeling like I want to say 50. I'm gonna go 49 right now. I'm gonna go 49 just because it's tougher.
Damn.
It's tougher right now this season. There's an X on the Knicks back. You know how it is. You have a major market team playing well last season. They shocked everybody. The Cavs are looking at them. The Celtics are looking at them. Miami's looking at them. Everybody's looking at the Knicks right now. They want to make sure that they knock them down a peg. So it's gonna be a little challenging. All right, teams did get better overall throughout the league. But I'm gonna go with 49 wins. I'm gonna take the over just because Tom Thibodeau, man. Tom Thibodeau is gonna make sure to squeeze every ounce of wins out of this team with this roster, man. We're gonna watch isolation galore. We're gonna watch just catch and shoot 3-point shooting. All right. It's gonna be the basketball that we love hate to see, and you know how it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's me with that grin right now. Yeah,
So
with the 49 wins. Where's the bubble saying 49 wins, Daniel? Come on, man. I need that. With my character over there. Come on now.
I see you, Alex. That's what Tim said. I see you. I got you, Alex.
Yeah, after he was like, yo, man, can you stop complaining about my offensive creativity and just
right. Right. Imagine.
Oh man. But that's it. That's our ad read, man, for BetUS. Make sure once again to sign up today. Use our link in the video description to get your bonus match of 125% at BetUS, the official sports book of KFTV for the 2023 NBA season. All right, man. Let's keep this show rolling. All right, Daniel, pull up that leak, man, of the City Edition jerseys because good gracious. I have some questions, and CK, I need some answers from you. Bro. I have so many questions on this jersey right here. Now, this is a carousel. So Daniel, you can go back and forth so we can see the front and the back of the jersey and the side. I do like the black stripe. It's throwback. I love it. I can get with that. The front though, with the pinstripes. What is that? What is that with the double with the double font? What's going on here, man? I don't like the shade of orange and white. It's just so.
Which part's your issue? The pinstripe or the orange fade?
Both.
You don't like the pinstripe. You're not a fan of the pinstripe.
I like pinstripes, but it's
not here.
Like, it's just I don't know, man. It's just it's a little too. It's not even like. It's just a lot going on for me.
It's subtle. Like, look at the back. Look at the back with the Randle. It's subtle. It's not that bad. I mean, when you look up close, yeah, you're like, okay, but look how subtle it is. I ain't tripping about the pinstripe. Now, if we're talking about that little 3D, did not finish the fade I'm looking at here on the front, yeah, that's absolute garbage. I don't understand what the thought process is with that. I think it would have been cool if they went with a New York Post type of font. With the New York, that would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of tough for the front, but yeah, to me, that's the only part of this jersey I'm not a fan of. Other than that, if this jersey is the one that comes out, after looking at it a few times, I made a video about it. After looking at it a few times, I don't hate it. I honestly do not hate it. Just that font is just wacky, bro. The orange it's just wacky. I don't like that part.
Look, man. Hey, shout out to the captain in the chat. We got CP in the chat. Said double font is trash. He also said double font looked like an eye test. Pinstripe is fine. Okay.
It CP does look like eye test for real.
Look, man. Let me tell you something. The pinstripe, I guess looking at the back, the subtleness, I can kind of get with it. I don't know, man. It's like there's a lot going on with it. I think it's because it's the double font. It's the double font, man. It's the thing that really throws it off. It's like if you did the pinstripe with a classic, solid New York across the chest, I can get with it. But I feel like if you want to do the double font, you can't have the pinstripe. You know what I mean? Like you can't have
the double font at all. Even without the pinstripe, that double font is ugly.
I agree with you, but I'm still saying like if you were going to try it, you know what I mean? Like if you're going to try it, at least, like if you're designing this thing, I'm saying. You got to choose one or the other. I'll go with the pinstripe over the double font, but if you're going to do the double font, I'd be like, now it's just a lot, man. It's a lot going on. I'm like, what is it saying? Like, why does it look like Am I drunk? Can't I
It,
not read
I
tonight?
feel like I have googly eyes on. Yeah, like I can't
Like, that's
see.
how I'm feeling, man. Like,
Right,
that's
right,
how I'm
right.
feeling with it.
But it's
Other
such
than
a
that,
yeah, yeah,
I like the white outline on the numbers, man.
right,
I like the colors are on point. It's giving
right,
the throwback vibes, like
right.
all that. But that font, man, with the pinstripes is just too much.
It's
I'm a
just
Yankee
like
fan. I'm a Yankee fan. I love pinstripes. Like, don't get me wrong, but like, you
okay,
don't see double font on the Yankees jersey. I just be
no,
going nuts.
yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. See, the back looks so much better because you don't have to worry about that nonsense. Look at that. That looks great. And then with the little like the faint pinstripe, I'm loving it. I'm cool with that. But then you gotta look at the front. I might have to pull a Spike Lee and walk around with it in the front, in the front, and then like have like a hoodie on so the hood is covering the New York part. Then the jersey's gonna hit.
Oh,
Then
so
I
you're
think
gonna
I
reverse
figured it
it.
out.
You're gonna have the
Yep,
back to the front.
yep, I'm here with the Spike Lee, so I'm gonna have it reversed, on my crisscross, right? And I'm gonna make sure it's over a hoodie, so then the hood is covering the New York, so you can't see it. There it is. Jersey's fire now. You're welcome. I just figured it out for everybody. I got you guys. I put you on game. There you go.
No doubt. And CP back in the chat. He's like, I already get double vision. Jersey make me want to get my glasses again. That's actually, hold on one second. That's something where we need a detective on. How did CP lose the glasses, man? That's a
You
real
lost the
question.
glasses?
That's how he didn't lose his glasses. He doesn't wear them anymore. I have
Bro,
not seen that.
you
What has
know,
happened?
he's like Wolverine, man. The vision just, you're regenerated. Let him be. You
Gee,
know?
no.
CP 2020. Come on, man. Let him go. You got 2020 vision now. Let it be, bro.
No,
Give him
because
till
every
give him
time
till
we do player
mid-season. We'll see
ratings,
if it come back.
every time we do player ratings, he likes, or every hot take, he throws me under the bus first. He's like, "What do you?" And then it's like, "Oh, you're waiting for me to set the table." I see where I'm going. CP saying he's like, I'm like Wolverine. I see you. You throwing foxes in here? What type of going on? CP, you can't be Wolverine and Iron Man, bro. You can't be two characters from the Marvel. Choose one.
Pick
Choose
one. Pick one. That's
All
funny.
right. All right. Let's get to other news outside of the jersey now. We got other things to discuss. Let's talk about Isaiah Roby and Jalen Martin getting waived. What are your thoughts on that? I'm not going to go too deep into it, man. I was
Yeah.
actually a little more shocked about Jalen Martin considering he was on a two-way contract.
Yeah.
Rookie was like the second. I think he was the second best player coming out of overtime elite. So I was expecting him to get run with the G League team regardless.
Yeah.
Roby didn't really impress me that much. I mean, even though he shot well against the Celtics, didn't really do much. Even when we watched him out in summer league, just for a guy who's been in the league already, I get that he was coming back from injury. I feel like you should have had your bearings a bit further along than what you've done at this point. So no loss over Isaiah Roby. Hope he finds another team to go play at wherever. But I was a little bit more shocked with Jalen Martin. What were your thoughts on seeing those names come across the timeline today?
My exact thoughts. I wasn't really too shocked about Isaiah Roby, even though I thought he had a pretty solid preseason. I think he's gonna get a job somewhere. Isaiah Roby's not gonna go without being signed, whether it's for a G League or a two-way somewhere else. He's gonna get picked up. But the Jalen Martin, yeah, to your point, I wasn't too blown away by him. We saw him summer league. I thought he had moments, but to me, he just seems really small. Like his stature's like really small. So like I feel like he got to build that up a little bit. But at the same time, you could tell that the Knicks really liked him. So I thought that we'd at least get to see him a little bit in this preseason. We didn't even get to see him, and then they cut him off rip. So that did surprise me a little bit. But yeah, we got to make room, man. So I'm not entirely like hurt about the two cuts, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Jalen Martin, I think he's gonna get picked up as well. It is what it is. We move.
I think he'll be re-signed with the Westchester Knicks.
Probably.
So we'll see what happens with Roby.
Chuck.
Maybe he'll go to the G League because he's coming back from injury, but who knows, man? We'll see what happens with him. But just a little, I didn't know. Like I said, he was already on a two-way contract. He wasn't taking up room, but I'm curious to see what they do with that second or third, I should say, that third two-way spot. Because under the new CBA, you can now have three. You can now have three two-way players. So we'll see who the new player is that they bring. Yeah. But on to other news, CK. On to other news. Well, actually,
Another jersey. Oh, sorry. Go
oh Jesus.
ahead.
First and foremost, salute to everybody in the chat right now. Salute to Knicks Nation. Thank you all
Yeah.
for tuning in for the KFTV postgame live. Thank you for being here with us. Salute to all of our channel members. Salute to all of our mods, everyone in the chat right now. And wherever you may be, salute to everyone tuning in because we are worldwide. We understand that. Salute to all of you who tune in and listen, who show love for the New York Knicks, and who are with us on the regular to support not only this channel, but to support the New York Knicks in general, man. Come on now. Come on.
Yeah, man. One more week.
One more week. One more week against the Boston Celtics. How many times have we got to see the Boston Celtics? How many times? How many times?
Crazy,
too many times.
Crazy.
We see him 3 times in October, and then we're going to see him in November. It's too many times in a short amount.
Good. At least we get it out of the way early. Then we don't have to see him again for the rest of the season.
I know, right? It's like, all right, you see the Celtics 4 times, and then you won't see them again until you close out the season. Well,
right.
All right. So let's get to the
shoes.
Let's get to the. I'm sorry. What was that?
You want to talk about Julius's shoes? I thought that's what you said.
Julius's shoes is something I do want to discuss, but hold on. I just got a message from the captain himself.
Oh,
there's more important news. I have to.
Oh,
more important news. All right, Knicks Nation. I hope you're ready for this. All right, we got some important news right here. I just got to pull up the info. That way you all can see it. That way you all can be hyped. That way you all can be ready. Daniel, I'm going to send you the link in the chat. Make sure to share it on the screen and have it ready for everybody so that way they know. Okay? All right. All right, Knicks Nation. Guess what? We have another watch party. We are back up and running, okay? Yeah, the 40-40 is down, but that doesn't stop us. We're back at it. We got the KFTV watch party at a brand new location. You can go watch the Knicks versus Celtics season opener, happy hour, and watch party at the Dean. You can go to the Dean, 214th West 39th Street. Doors open at 5 p.m. Make sure to hit the link. We have sent this. You can go to Twitter, hit that link, and go get your free reservations right now. All right. There's game audio. You're gonna have live DJ, happy hour deals, prizes and giveaways, so you can get some merch, and it's free to reserve. So make sure to hit the link. Make sure to go there. We'll see you at the Dean for the home opener. Don't miss out, man, because you all know how the watch parties were all last year, especially during the playoffs. I mean, even the first one for the opening of the regular season when the Knicks played the Memphis Grizzlies, that was a zoo. We had close to 2,000 people in there rocking with us for the orange and blue. It was lively. I mean, when Cam Reddish hit that 3, woo, you thought you were back at MSG, baby. Yeah. So make sure to go get your tickets today and go join us at the watch party. That is what I had to do. Sorry, had to do that. Had to get that.
Don't apologize. Yeah, no, for sure.
No. I know, CK, because CK, I know that you want to talk about the shoes, man. I know you want to talk about the shoes. I know you're a sneakerhead. It's all good.
Some Skechers, bro.
All right, Daniel. Let's pull up this one from Fred Katz. We have Joel Embiid, man.
Yeah,
signing the reigning MVP, signing or nearing an endorsement deal with Skechers. As the footwear company launches a basketball division, as tweeted by Shams Charania. And guess who's he's joining? None other than Julius Randle and Terrence Mann.
Damn, don't do my man Terrence like that. But yeah, it not very fitting name when it comes to 2 all-star players, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Hey man, it is what it is. I mean, you got an MVP, you got an all-player, both of them all-stars, and then you have Terrence Mann. So it's all good. It is what it is. He should feel great to be in such great company.
Yeah.
Hey, Skechers doing his thing. Clearly, Skechers has the bag. Hey.
Yeah, Skechers on there.
Hold on. TM, throw this in the chat. How many of you would cop Skechers basketball sneakers? I need to know. Would you cop or would you drop them? I need to know. Throw that poll in the chat. I need answers.
That's a loaded question. Now, if we're talking about those joints that Julius Randle's wearing, it's a no for me. I like tonight's versions.
I was about to say
those were cool. I'm still not buying them. But you know, it depends on they might drop a nice looking shoe in the future. I don't know. It's hard to say. Like I never thought I'd be someone that hooped in Pumas. But I got 2 pairs of Pumas I hoop in right now. Unfortunately, none of them are RJ's. I love you to death, RJ. You my guy. But like these shoes are it's not just Nike and Adidas anymore. Like the shoe game is stepping up. So that's why, yes, as you were joking, I do care about these brands expanding. Like a big deal like Kyrie going to Anta. Like I think that's cool. So for Julius to be the pioneer to make an MVP, follow his lead, and come to Skechers is a big deal. They can go out there and run around in their look. You remember back in the day, Alex, when you had shoes and every step you took it glowed. I can't wait for Julius and Joel Embiid to take a step, dunk on somebody, and then the shoe glows. Like, come on, man. Come on, let's go, Skechers. Yeah. They gotta do it. They gotta do it for the culture, bro. One time. I want them to make like little like have bells in the shoe, so when they're running by, you can hear ding. Come on, man. Skechers they gotta embrace that they're Skechers. That's all I'm saying. Don't try and be too cool with it.
I really can't believe CK is really promoting to have light up basketball sneakers.
Come on, man.
Good Lord, man.
Dak had a phone in his shoe, bro. It's 2023. It's time to get innovative, Alex. Y'all got to see the big pictures, man.
I got to see the big picture. He's saying I got to see the big picture and seeing light up shoes. Oh, great! I wish this was around during the 2013-2014 season. That way, J.R. Smith could just be untying light up shoes at the free throw line. That'd be great.
Yeah. At least he'd find them right away. He wouldn't miss. He just tied one time. Yeah. No, it's a no for me on the Skechers though. Jokes aside, I love it for Randle. Get your bag. Hopefully they're comfortable. Your ankles are safe in them, and hopefully down the line they make you a good looking Skechers shoe. But yeah, it's an LOL from me. I ain't talking no Skechers. I'm sorry.
I actually don't mind those sneakers right there. I don't mind those sneakers right there. If it was. I actually like that colorway. I actually don't mind the Skechers sneakers. I'm not saying I buy a pair. I respect it. I respect getting the bag. That bag's got to be crazy. It's got to be legit.
Has to be, right?
Has to be crazy. Has to be crazy. I'll kind of be look, shout out to Julius Randle for wanting to pioneer and be with a different brand and really be like a tone setter for that too. Look, it's like going with Puma, right? When Puma was getting to the basketball game, like respect, all right?
Yeah.
But I like that colorway. There was 2 other colorways I saw. The one in the photo shoot that he had for Media Day, not feeling that. All right. That colorway was funky. I was not feeling it. And then to show me, then you're going to show on your live. I was rocking, like I said, with the yellow and black one. But then you're going to show me a red and black one to make me think of the Miami Heat and the Chicago Bulls. Come on, bro. You are a New York Knick. You are not going to show me and try to promote black and red to the Knicks fan base and be like, hey, what do you think about this colorway? Nah, I'm not buying that colorway. Give me a break. Not doing it. Not doing it.
They're gonna throw that poster on Mike Muscala in every Skechers store around the nation. It's just gonna be Julius. What's Skechers tagline? We comfy, period. Like what's their tagline? You know, we got just do it over on Nike. Like, what's theirs? Like orthopedic. Like I don't know what their tagline is. Like I don't know what their tagline is. Anyways, but I'm with you on that. The colorways aren't doing enough for me. They look good on foot, but I'm not. How much are they too? Like I'm good. Shout out to Julius Randle, but I'm good.
Oh my God, TM is ruthless today. TM ruthless in the chat. He said only dude wearing Skechers are Gamba and Grandpa. Good Lord.
No. We ain't doing that to Gamba. We ain't doing that. Not
Willie Cruz, I did not scoop up a pair, my man. I did not scoop up a pair. I got my Kyries and my Greek Freaks in my closet right behind me. I did not scoop up a pair. But I will say this. I am very curious to see what the signature shoe would be for Joel Embiid since he signed with Skechers. But let's put on the tinfoil hat now, CK.
Okay.
Does this mean that Joel Embiid is going to be a Knick now that he joined Julius Randle?
All right, you ready? So we're embracing the tinfoil hat. All right, hear me out. So for a lot of these tours, when athletes sign with shoe brands in the off season, they typically go and show off shoes and do interviews and stuff like that with Skechers and stuff like that together. All I'm saying is if we get a trip where Julius Randle and Joel Embiid, who are already on record as friends, are hanging out together, going on these press tours for Skechers, who knows what conversations are had? So Julius Randle, balls in your court, buddy. What kind of recruit are you? Find
Hey,
out
man.
next time on Dragon Ball Z. We'll see.
Oh
We'll
my
see. We'll see.
time on Dragon Ball Z. Speaking of
Yeah, I
which,
mean, look, they're the sole athletes of Skechers. There's gonna be conversations had. Like I said, they're already homies. They typically like Adidas and stuff like they have these events with their athletes together. I know Puma did that in the past. So I'm just saying, conversations are typically had in moments like this, whether it's pickup games or press tours for brands. So we'll see, especially if this James Harden thing stays as messy as it is. Here you go. Joel Embiid
hey,
stands. Buckle up.
Julius, do you know what you got to do, man? You know the assignment. Look, you had the quote today, saying where Joel Embiid said on James Harden. He said he wasn't here today, so obviously I think he probably had something important to do or something came up. That's Joel on James Harden. We all know there was nothing important. Okay, we all know that James Harden's going to be on this roster starting the regular season next week on Thursday for the Sixers. We all know that he is trying to get to the Clippers as fast as possible. Philly's a sinking ship. Julius, you know the assignment. You know what to do. We know that video of you. There we go. There's the video.
Look at him
Daniel,
talking about Skechers.
clip. He knows what
Look at him.
Daniel's on. Daniel gets it, man. Daniel gets it. Good God. All
it's
right.
like, and then the shoes that they was glowing. You remember that back in the
Oh
day? Yeah,
my
and they had straps on the shoe. I remember. And they talking about Skechers, bro. Yeah, it's all good. Look, man. Future was told in that moment right there.
Future.
Y'all gonna see, bro.
Future was told.
God. Oh man, I'm here for the chaos.
Slogan
bro.
for Skechers: hoop while comfy.
There it is. Thank you. It had to be something. We need something. I like that.
No, I'm just saying that's what it should be. I'm not saying
no. You should mail that in. I think that's perfect. It's
Good.
quick to the point and it makes sense.
Pay me, man. You heard it here first. Pay me.
Right.
We got video
Send
evidence.
that man
You can't do that. All right. All right, man. Getting close to wrapping the show up. But it's been a good time, man. It's been a good time. Woo. Last thing I got to do. Last bit of housekeeping. Daniel, I sent you another link to show. This is for the giveaway. Where it's almost up, people. We're going to announce it tomorrow. So this is the last. You got a few hours. You got a few hours, ladies and gentlemen, to submit for this event. We got 2 free tickets. The Knicks home opener versus the Celtics up for grabs. So sign up via the link. This is from Twitter. We also got on IG. It's also on Facebook. You can find all these links anywhere and everywhere. The winner will be announced tomorrow. So if you want free tickets, I should say, to the home opener versus the Celtics, make sure to enter in. And if not, you got the watch party. So you win either way. Don't worry. If you win, you get to go to the game, and you still win because you get to go to the watch party. At the end of the day, no biggie. No biggie whatsoever. All right.
I'm excited.
Last thing, CK. Last bit of conspiracy theory, and then we're going to wrap and get out of here.
I love conspiracy.
Andrew's asking if they're the nosebleeds. No, they're not the nosebleeds. We do better than that. Get out of here. We do better than that here at KFTV. Relax. All right.
Yeah.
Last thing. IQ did not play CK. Right. As Tom Thibodeau said, he was nicked up. No pun intended. Is this because there's a contract extension coming through, or is this because he actually is injured?
Oh, that's the direction we're going with it.
What do you think? I was going to say he was going to get traded?
Yeah. I thought you went conspiracy, so I was like, oh, are you trying to say that they're trying to see what the lineup looks like without him?
Throw that in there too. I don't think that would happen, but I'll throw that in there.
To be honest, I was a little confused because what did they say the injury was? They just said he's nicked up, right? Like that was all it was. To be honest with you, and it's cryptic, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, to me, it just seemed. Look, and fine, we're playing conspiracy. The way I saw it is they wanted to see what they can do in a lineup without IQ. Not saying that they're going to trade him. Not saying that means the trade is pending. I'm just saying because to me, for it to just be like I didn't get a significant reason why IQ was not in the lineup tonight for me to be like, okay, makes sense. Because in the dress rehearsal, knowing Tom Thibodeau, typically if you're healthy, you got to play because he wants to get ready for next week. So I just think he just wanted to see what kind of lineup he had and what kind of guards can play what and things like that. I don't know. I hope I'm
Wow.
wrong. Yeah, IQ. I look at the face he's making. I'm just. I don't want it to happen. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Maybe they're further away than we think. I don't know. We play. You said you want a conspiracy. There's a conspiracy for you guys.
Okay. All right. Here,
I
don't think
you
he's
know,
gonna get traded. I don't think
I
he's
don't
gonna
think
get
so.
traded.
I
I'm
don't think
gonna
so.
knock that out the way because I
Oh, I
think
do
if you
think so.
trade Emmanuel Quickley right now, this team is going to look dire without him. I think he's too important. I think you run it back to see how far you can get again with everyone healthy. And by everyone, I say him because he wasn't healthy during the Heat series. You didn't have Julius Randle fully healthy during the Heat series.
Yeah.
Quentin Grimes wasn't healthy. I know Jericho Sims didn't play. Probably wouldn't have got many minutes anyway, but he was also injured as well. I'm just going to put him in there. So I think if you're the New York Knicks, you're going to run it back and see what happens this time around. I think they're also going to extend him because he's more valuable with a larger contract than he is being on a rookie scale or just letting him go to restricted free agency.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because if they trade him now,
Dangerous.
that means you're going to have to add even more players to get a deal done. I don't think the Knicks want to do that. So I do think a contract extension is coming down the pipeline, and here's why. He played his 2 preseason games to get into rhythm. All right, played against the Celtics and played against the Timberwolves. Didn't play yesterday. Didn't play tonight. He's nicked up because I think there's a contract coming. He didn't want to get injured before the regular season. I think he didn't want to get injured before the regular season.
Okay.
I think he's like, look, man, I already got my warm up. I already got my warm ups in. We already know what I can do. I need that contract. 23rd is right around the corner. I need that contract before I start playing.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it.
Okay. I think that's the only answer, to be real with you. I was just trying to throw something into the ether. Yeah,
I know
it
what
makes
you're trying
sense.
to do.
Yeah, you come on, man. I'm here for the people. I'm trying to spark some. I'm trying to get that.
You're
kind
here
of
for the
reaction out of
chaos,
everybody.
okay? You're here for the chaos.
I live for the chaos. But no, I mean, yeah, that makes the most sense. Because anything can happen. We know how this works. He goes out there and plays in a preseason game and actually is nicked up for real. That can mess with his money. That can mess with all kinds of situations. You're completely right. He did get to play those first 2 games. I think that's the most logical reason. But what if they did sit him because they have a trade ready? Because today's the day Joel Embiid almost signed with Skechers, and they might have the package ready to go to send to the Philadelphia 76ers. That includes Emmanuel Quickley. I'll let you guys think on that to end off the show, Knicks fans.
Daryl Morey said, you know what we need to get us to the title? We need us to get Emmanuel Quickley and Tyrese Maxey back as the backcourt because we know how that was at Kentucky.
Right.
That is quite the turn I was not ready for. All right. And we'll find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, as CK said, to see if Emmanuel Quickley gets that contract extension.
Yeah.
Fun fact enough, I've been watching Dragon Ball. Man,
Ooh.
Yeah. The original.
Great show.
Love that show. I think it's better than DBZ, was good. That might be
in moments. That's a hot take, but definitely it was a phenomenal show.
I think why I like it more is that there is more comedy in Dragon Ball.
Yes.
The fighting is top tier in DBZ. Do not get me wrong. But I think if you want to add the comedy and the short season, the shortness of it, Dragon Ball takes the cake on that one. But on that note, thank you everyone for tuning in for another KFTV post game live. We appreciate all of you. Salute to our channel members. Salute to all the mods. Salute to Knicks Nation. Remember, you can find us on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Share these links with your family members, your friends, your cats, your dogs, whoever. It only helps the movement. On top of that, if you can't catch us live, don't worry. We're on all audio listening platforms, Apple, Spotify, you name it. You can go catch us there. So that way you never have to miss a post game or any episode of KFTV. On top of that, we do have a website, so go support writers, KnicksFanTV.com. Go over there. We got great articles up. We got Remy's recaps after every game, so you can go see how, if you didn't catch the game, you want a quick synopsis of every player played. You got that. You got Jalen. You got Chip. You got Jeff. You got myself. You got Mike. You got Luke. We got a plethora. We got Max. We got a writers over there creating great content. Knicks season's back upon us, so you can go over there to get some good written work as well. Also, make sure to support our sponsors, Manscaped. You can use KFTV as the promo code to get a 20% off. Look, the new Lawnmower 5.0 is out. CK, did you get yours? Oh, here we go. CK got his.
The box for y'all.
CK took it out of the box, so you know. There, no testimonials. but make sure to go
Please no.
support Manscaped. We do not need any testimonials. On top of that, make sure to support our other sponsor, BetUS. Remember, they are the official sportsbook of KFTV for the 2023 NBA season. And make sure to use the link in the description to go get your bonus match of 125% on your first deposit. Also, last and certainly not least, make sure to go. You can go on Twitter, Facebook. You can go anywhere, any platform to go sign up for the watch party. It's free to reserve. You can go hang out with all of the rest of Knicks Nation. Go listen to live game audio. There will be DJs, happy hour, so forth. There will be giveaways. Make sure to go there and go join everyone over at the Dean. And last and certainly not last, but make sure to go and back to any of the platforms again. Sign up for the giveaway, man. 2 free tickets to the home opener against the Knicks and the Celtics. This is your last chance before it's announced tomorrow, so make sure to go do that. And that's it. We'll catch you later, everyone. I'm Alex. This is CK2K. We out.